Okay, we're going to use HEIN Online. This is a legal database that we have, and I like to use it when students are researching the Supreme Court because first you need to get the basic facts of the case, which means you need the actual case report or the United States Supreme Court report after it was finished, which includes the opinion of the court, um, the decision of the justices, and the defense of the judgments and anyone who wants to detract from that judgment. So there's a lot of information there, and you need to get the basics, which means this is a primary source or a primary document. So in order to search it, it's very easy when you come to um, the Supreme Court Library. So let me take you back to that. Okay. I'm going to just show you when you log in what happens. Okay, it comes to this page when you first log in. So you're going to scroll down here until you get to U.S. Supreme Court Library, and it just takes a while to load up. It's a giant database. Okay, so now you're here, the library of the Supreme Court, and we have landmark cases written over here. These are just very easily indexed for you because these are major court cases. So if you have one that it's not showing up in this index on the right, you can type it in. So I'm going to type in Brown v. Board of Education. Okay, so I'm also going to type U.S. reports because what happens, sometimes we will also get article titles from other legal journals besides just the Supreme Court document. So what I did was, it's a little trick I did I went over and hovered over one of these cases in this landmark cases because these go directly to the U.S. Supreme Court report itself that the justices wrote up. Okay, so when I look at this, when I hover over, if you see over here on the extreme left, the bottom of my browser, I'm now hovering over Brown v. Board of Education, and I'm just trying to get an idea of where it might be. So I look inside the URL that it's showing me, the HTTPS, down here in the left corner, because I'm hovering over this in the index. It says heinonline.org/HOL slash, then there's some other symbols. And then I notice in here it says US reports, HEIN US reports, somewhere in that address. So that gives me a clue on how I might want to be more specific to search for my court case. So let's try it. Okay. Obviously, it showed up in the landmark cases here on the side, so I could just click there and go to it. But you may not have a landmark case. You may have a case that's lesser known. So this is why I showed you that trick, to hover over the names there and see what you get. I noticed when I hovered over three of them, I saw that one item in that URL that showed up at the very bottom. You can just scroll this video right back to see what I did. And anyway, we're going to type in US reports. And we're just going to see if this takes us to exactly what we want. It's very slow. It's a giant database. It's really slow. Okay, here we go. So what happens was when I put in US reports. I added those keywords right here. Okay, US reports to the title of the court case that I'm interested in looking at. It came up with the very report that we wanted. Okay, so it's right here. And then you just simply click on this. This is the very first, because what else might happen if it's not specific enough? It may take you to articles that were written about the case. Well, because this is such a giant database, it will happen. For instance, here's another one. It's Jackson v. Birmingham Board of Education. Well, we didn't want that. We wanted the one that was with Brown, the one that was in, I believe, early 60s. Should have been 1954, actually. 52. 1952. Okay, I'm going to click on that. Okay, so here it is. Cases adjudged October 8th. Okay. So if you look here, this is a facsimile that we're looking at right now. And above the top here, actually on top, these are database functions. So if you decided you read some of this and you go, okay, I want this, you can download it. You can print it or download it to your computer. You can send it into a PDF file and, download that or send it to somebody or yourself. You can create a link. Okay. So that's what those are for. Over here, if you look on the left, in the left frame here, it shows you exactly what it's looking at. So it's another way to confirm. And you can also, here's a button where you can cite this entire article. It's open here in this midsection. Okay, so what we need to do is in order to get to the opinion, we need to move it forward. So up here, these little arrows are to move the pages forward because these are facsimile. It's a copy of what it looks like in the actual Supreme Court. They're in big volumes of books. They're books that are volumes. So if you were to go to the court, Library of Congress, or to the court itself, you could probably find these. They will have some kind of physical library. Okay, so let's go ahead and page forward. Okay, and so the very next page we got to was the opinion of the court. I believe that's what you have to show to your teacher. And at this point, they had appeals pending. Okay, so we just continue until we get more information. Okay, so they had more than one case, so they wanted to judge those together. All I did was scan this very quickly. In fact, I could have misread that, but at this point, while I'm searching, I just want to make sure I've got the right article. Okay, and it looks like we do. So then I would probably want to turn this into download this. I would also, before I do that, I would go to Cite. Click on Cite. Look for the MLA citation. Try to. Okay, I need to pull this up more. Okay, so the MLA citation. Okay, that's the citation. You can highlight it, copy and paste it. And if you're in Ms. Dom's class and you'll be working on this, I believe she probably wants you to turn this into a hyperlink, and I believe she will tell you how to do that. So that's after you grasp it. So you could actually put this in a works cited page, one that's not completely finished, because you'll need to double check it. You may take things out, but this is a way to get your works cited page started. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Sometimes the databases will have a button that says Cite, and then that will automatically copy it for you. Okay, so close that, and then this is what you do. You can turn it into a PDF of this section, or you can you can download it. Okay, so you would click on those and do what you need to do with that. Okay, so that is HEIN Online, and we'll do some more searching in other databases.